Welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at a certain sandwich stealer. I don't know any more sandwiches. So we're going to be looking at BurgerBandit today. And I was planning on making this video a while ago because, let's see, it came out July 3rd, 2017, and it's currently July 26th. It's 2017. Basically, when I watched this video, I was like, there's some stuff kind of not correct with this. Now, before we get started, I want to say I know BurgerBandit. He's a great kid. Like, don't worry about him. I just want to make sure that I remember he tweeted at me at one point asking, "Hey, does this sound good? Is this right?" And I gave him like some pointers and tips about the video afterwards. But I think making this video would also be a good condensed little thing about what not to do, pretty much. And I'll get into that kind of towards the end of like what should be done with videos that kind of involve politics like this, because there's a good way you can do it, and there's something really good that you can do with this kind of thing. So let's jump right into it.
What's with the mask? Don't mind me. It's just so that I don't get fucking cancer.
Fucking cancer!
I need one of those masks.
What's up, guys? My name is Burger, and this video is very spur of the moment. I'm not doing this with a script or anything like that, I'm just speaking my mind.
Always have a script. It's important to have a script, otherwise you'll just say, or at bare minimum, you should have an outline. If you don't have a script, it'll turn out like this.
Why is it that everybody listens to these morons? I cannot be the only person that's thought this. Every single time you see something about a celebrity tweeting at Donald Trump, or anybody that's tweeting about anything political, it is not their place. They are not smart. They are not intellectual. And the worst part is, people listen to them.
People have... Okay, Burger, it's important to realize that people have the right to their opinion. You do go on about that, but it's also really important that you say, you don't deserve to have an opinion. You can't say that because people will listen to you. That's the point of having an opinion, so people can listen to you. It doesn't matter, alright? You're also taking these really broad strokes about celebrities. Currently, you're taking a lot of broad strokes. And really, it's anybody's place to talk about politics. I mean, you're talking about politics right now. Celebrities talking about politics is a very, very age-old thing. I'm pretty sure most celebrities in their lifetime talked about the politics in their own country. Not allowing this in the United States, not allowing, I guess, celebrities to talk about them, or kind of like discrediting, like, oh, they're celebrities, they shouldn't listen. That is violation of the First Amendment. Like, that's a little...
Now, don't get me wrong, these people can have their opinions as much as they want, but for the media and for the general public to listen and crave what they have to say is absolutely ridiculous.
I don't know anyone that like is looking forward to, like, you know, Ryan Seacrest's like opinion about Donald Trump or like his tweets. I don't think that people care. Do people care? Do people actually care do people care what these celebrities say? I mean, I don't know anyone that actually looks forward to celebrities' opinions. I've never seen on the news about people talking about their celebrities, like, oh, this celebrity said this, this, and this, and this, and this. It's more of just about talking about what's important. That's another thing. This isn't important. Then again, I'm not really doing anything important right now.
I actually just took an American government class and got an 85 on my final exam. Just got it today, actually. Nice.
You got a B? Nice, you got a B?
I highly doubt that these people have taken a political class in their life.
Again, that's very broad stroke to say that you highly doubt that they... I mean, of course you say highly doubt because it kind of saves you, because there's still the chance that you're wrong. when you say that. Yeah, people are going to take political classes. People will know about this stuff. You don't need to take a political class to have an opinion.
I'm gonna give you just a couple of examples so that I can further my point. For example, when Madonna was at the Women's March, she decided to say, "Oh, this is really good. Yes, I'm angry. Yes, I am outraged. Yes, I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House."
Okay, so yeah, that's bad. But let's talk about her apology afterwards. I then go on to take this opportunity to encourage women and all marginalized people to not fall into despair, but rather to come together and use it as a starting point for unity and to create positive change in the world. I spoke in metaphor, and I shared two ways of looking at things. One was to be hopeful, and one was to feel anger and outrage, which I have personally felt. However, I know that acting out of anger doesn't solve anything, and the only way to change things for the better is to do it with love. It was truly an honor to be part of the audience chanting "We choose love." So, yeah, it does seem kind of like a cop-out in a way, but then again, because let's keep this in mind. This is Madonna. What was the last thing you heard from Madonna? Do you think it's a possibility she did this for attention? Do you think it's a possibility that she did this to get the media outcry? It obviously didn't work because I didn't hear about this until you brought it up to me.
Blowing up the White House. That's not something you say. And even more, that's not something you should hear and cheer on about. Because what you're essentially saying is, you want to cause physical violence and fucking terrorism because you don't agree with a political party.
I think it was more just not agreeing with President Trump's stances on taking away women's rights. Because it was the Women's March. I mean, it's not necessarily towards the party, it's towards the guy that wants to take away those rights. Unless you think Republicans want to take away those rights. Is that what you think, BurgerBandit? Is that what you think? Is that what you think, Burger?
And to paint the picture a little better for you about people who cheer on fucked up shit, let me play a little video clip for you of an all-around good guy, a great role model, somebody that you should definitely listen to for political beliefs, Johnny fucking Depp.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president? This is a prime example of some shit that you do not say, especially on stage with millions of impressionable followers that follow you and look at everything that you do and they look to you for fucking attention.
So, of course, let's look at Johnny Depp's apology. I apologize for the bad joke I attempted last night and poor taste about President Trump. He told people, "It did not come out as intended, and I intended no malice. I was only trying to amuse, not to harm anyone." It's also important to realize that he was like an on-stage show, and people say, you know, if you're on a show like that, you're gonna make jokes, you're gonna play to the crowd a little bit. They obviously weren't taking it seriously. I think something you're missing is that people take celebrities' words as a holy ass word. I don't think people actually care. So I don't know if this is actually a problem.
It honestly infuriates me that so many millions of people look up to all these celebrities, and then they turn around and say moronic shit like this. Media outlets and people that are in high positions of power should not be promoting what these people say and telling other people about it, because other impressionable people are just going to fall victim to the same trap.
So usually when people are speaking about an issue, especially in front of like an audience, like a massive audience, including whether it's on a women's march or it's like a big, or if it's like a big ass fucking arena show, I mean, good chances you know what you're talking about, and good chances are you've done some research and you've looked into it. Especially if you're at a protest or women's march, something like that, you know what you're talking about. Especially if you're speaking out to all those fucking people. My question is, BurgerBandit, how do you know that they didn't do the research? That's kind of a thing right there. You can't just assume that someone didn't do the research. That's just rude.
I think that it's safe to say that at the point in these celebrities' lives where they are, they just don't have enough of a grip on politics to have a legitimate say in what goes on. I'm not saying they can't have their opinions. I'm not saying they can't vote. I'm not saying anything like that. But people shouldn't enthrone them for their opinions. They are no better than me, or you, or anybody else.
Okay, yeah, you say that they should have an opinion. And the biggest thing, BurgerBandit, is that I never see people like regard these opinions. I don't see the news media regard it. I don't see people on Twitter or any social media regard these opinions, or even in public. I don't think people actually care. This isn't a problem.
But people shouldn't enthrone them for their opinions. They are no better than me, or you, or anybody else. Actually, that's a lie. They are a lot less worthy of having their opinion valued than people who have actually done their research, taken classes in college, majored in government, and actually have a general knowledge of how these kinds of things work.
Everyone is qualified to have an opinion. That's ridiculous. If you think you have to have a lot of education to have a qualified opinion, that's ridiculous. Everyone has an opinion. That's completely ridiculous. With that idea just like throws out the First Amendment that you should not have an opinion. That is absolutely ridiculous.
And at this point, I'm not even saying that I'm qualified to have an opinion, even though I got an 85 on my final exam in my American government class.
Oh, I got a B! Oh!
Ever since the 2016 elections, I have lost all respect for CNN, MSNBC, and other mainstream media news outlets, but I think that they are still more qualified to have an opinion than these moronic celebrities. But I genuinely do hope that we can all agree at this point, celebrities should stay out of politics.
Celebrities should not get into politics, huh? You really want to go with that? You really want to get into that right now? Do you really want to get into that, Burger?
How do you do, everybody? I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Ronald Reagan. A few months ago, I was a sports announcer on a radio station in Des Moines, Iowa. One day, I ran into one of these movie talent scouts. I think I caught him off guard because the next thing I knew, I was taking a screen test for Warner Brothers in Hollywood. I guess it was okay. At least I liked Hollywood, so here I am. They did everything they could to make me feel at home, too. The first picture, well, what do you think it was about? A radio station. Would you like to see a few scenes? Stick around a minute, I gotta pull with the operator.
Money's important for a lot of reasons. It's a scorecard. How well did I do? How much did I make? How much did the company make?
There are a lot of bad people out there. And you really have to go, if you have a problem with someone, you have to go after them. And it's not necessarily to teach that person a lesson. It's to teach all of the people that are watching a lesson, that you don't take crap. And if you take crap, you're just not going to do well.
So, I guess the big picture, Burger, if you are watching this after all, what I'm getting from this is that you think that people are too stupid and too ignorant that they will take up arms against the president and attempt to assassinate him. I really think you're taking people's intelligence for granted. People are smarter than you think. You know, they're not just sheep. You know, people are smart. People know what's a joke. People know that it's a celebrity. Maybe we shouldn't take his word all, as impactful or as much. I don't think this is a real problem. That's a big thing. Something that kind of struck out to me is that when you're talking about a political video, when you're talking about politics, it's very important that you give some sort of solution or give some sort of... The only solution I see here is that if you're a celebrity, you shouldn't be talking about politics because people will be manipulated by you, which is completely ridiculous. I mean, if we really want to go into that, we can look at these quotes right here.
He's not a war hero.
He's a war hero.
He's a war hero.
5.5 years.
He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured, okay? I hate to tell you.
Do you agree with that?
He's a war hero because he was captured, okay? You can have, and I believe...
There was blood coming out of her eyes, blood coming out of her wherever, but she was, in my opinion, she was...
It's people, they're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you. They're sending people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume...
So, long story short, I think what's important to do is to go after something that matters and go after something that's, not a waste of, I guess, your time making this video or my time of reviewing this video. Fuck. Or anyone's time looking at your video, anyone's time looking at my video. Sorry, audience. Make sure it's an important topic that actually is making an impact in the world. Just these celebrities that are saying stuff. You're right in the fact that what they say doesn't have as much impact, but it's completely idiotic to throw out their opinion altogether, or to say that they shouldn't be speaking their opinion, because I think that's really just downplaying like the average person's intelligence. I mean, the worst thing you can do is assume, and when you assume, you're making an ass out of you and me. So, again, I want to reiterate, Burger's a good kid. I'm sure he can make some really great stuff with his content. The big thing, especially with politics, I mean, he definitely has some. I can see him having with that, 85% with his American government class. Yeah, I can see him. He can definitely do some good stuff with this. You just got to make sure it's something important and something that's worth people's time. Because if it's about politics, it's got to be worth someone's time, or it's got to be interesting. This is just complaining about celebrities that won't matter. That don't matter a whole lot. This is Madonna, who has been irrelevant for, I'd say, at least 2 decades, and Johnny Depp, he's just an actor that a lot of people liked about 10 years ago, and now nobody really cares. Well, with that being said, I might look into other people's opinions and look into other YouTubers that have weird opinions about politics and what they think about politics. So if you want me to look into those people, let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe if you want to see me complain about people complaining. Yeah. Discord, if you want to join that, is down in the description. We're doing some great stuff there. Great memes, great dreams. So yeah, until next time.